to your science class, children. We are continuing the chapter synthetic fibers. In the previous class, we talked about nylon and polyester. In today's class, we will start the acrylic fiber and the rest of the chapter containing plastics. So you can see here the acrylic or polyacrylonitrile. So acrylic fiber is the common term and polyacrylonitrile is the actual chemical term of this fiber. So let's split the word poly and acrylonitrile. You already got the concept of monomers and polymers, right? Monomers are the single unit, and attaching so many monomers in different kinds of fashions, it can form a polymer. Okay. So polyacrylonitrile, the term indicates actually that several kinds of acrylonitrile monomers are attached together to form the polymer, and that is known as polyacrylonitrile. So polymer of acrylonitrile. So you can see here acrylonitriles are the monomers attaching together to form the acrylic fiber, and that is the polyacrylonitrile. So now let's memorize the thing that what is the actual acrylic fiber. Acrylic fiber is actually the substitute of natural wool. We all know that wool is a natural fiber obtained from some animals found in the hilly regions like Kashmir, Ladakh, Tibet, etc. And wool is very expensive. Why? Because the rearing and the culture from those animals and removing the fleece or the body hairs from them and washing it, dyeing it and making it for the preparation of human use is a long-term process and very costly process. So people need some cheaper or substitute of that kind of proper natural wool. So acrylic fiber has some specific characteristic features that make the fibers the substitute of wool and as well as the cheaper. Okay, so let's study about it. First of all, resembling wool. We already explained that it is very resemblance to the wool. Next, easy to wash, easy to dye. We already know that some synthetic fibers, most of the synthetic fibers I should say, that they are very easy to wash and easy to dye in various colors. That's why the synthetic fibers are very user friendly. We can use it in every day, everywhere and in every places. So just like these, acrylic fibers is also very easy to wash, easy to dye in various colors. So we can make so many things like garments, like your daily use carpets, upholstery and so many things by using the acrylic fiber. And it is also wrinkle proof just like nylon and polyester. If we crush a sheet of acrylic fiber or nylon or polyester, I said previously, after some time all the wrinkles or the shrinkness is totally vanished. That's why they are so user friendly. And last point is it is insect resistant. That means if we make or if we prepare a thing or container or some garments using this kind of fiber, insect cannot harm it. Insects are a large variety of animals found in our environment that is very useful and as well as very harmful too. It can damage so many crops, dresses, stored foods and so on, wooden furnitures, wood actually. So something which is resistant to insect is very user friendly. Okay, so acrylic fiber has this kind of special feature. So now, and it is very, as it is substitute of wool, we can make the winter wears, the sweaters, pullover, jackets, blankets, this kind of winter wears or winter things, this kind of. So it will be very useful for that. So as it is very cheaper than the natural wool, we can say that it is very very user friendly, high in demand, and actually affordable. So the basic target of preparing the acrylic fiber or inventing the acrylic fiber is to make the acrylic fiber more affordable to the common public. Okay. So now, children, our last remaining topic is plastics, monomers. Plastic actually we are very familiar with, right? In every day we use so many things made of plastics, like plastic pen, plastic cover, plastic bucket, polythenes, carry bags, plastic water tanks. There are so many plastic containers, plastic things in our households. So plastic, I'm carrying this pen. This is also made up of plastics. The outer covering is made up of plastics. Well, so plastic is actually nowadays invented, and it is so user friendly, so cheap, and it is very easy to use. So people accepted this thing as a daily essential commodities. So what is actually plastic? Plastic actually is also type of synthetic fibers formed by adding so many different kinds of monomers. Okay, in different types of plastics, different kinds of monomers are used. Just like in case of polythene. Polythene is a very popular among us, like polythene carry bags, packets, the shopping carry bags, all are made up of polythene. So polythene, so let's split the word again, poly and thene, and here the actually monomer termed as ethane. So poly or ethylene, this kind of thing is made up of plastics. And another thing is PVC or polyvinyl chloride. Polyvinyl chloride or PVC is also very important and essential daily commodities, like in this case, so polymerization of vinyl chloride. So monomer here is the vinyl chloride. PVC is used basically to form the food containers, the water tank, floor coverings, and so many coverings in case of some necessary household and industrial things. And now the properties of plastics. As we know that in case of previous synthetic fibers, this is also non-reactive. That means if we carry some chemicals, some concentrated acids, alkalis in the plastic containers, plastic will not react with those chemicals. So it is very safe to carry the chemicals in the plastic containers. The next is light, strong and durable. All synthetic fibers are made up of in such inbuilt quality that it is very lightweight. That means it's very user friendly, and strong of course, and durable. That means elastic. We can stretch it or we can change it in various shapes as we require. And the next is poor conductors. Poor conductors, good conductors, we already know the concept. That means poor conductor means it can resist the electricity or heat flow. That's why they are used as the outer covering of the electric wires to protect the wires or to protect us from getting the heat from the electric wires when the current is flowing. So poor conductors is a very important feature of the plastics that makes it much user friendly. Just for example, bakelite. Bakelite is a form of plastic, kind of or type of plastic that can use to cover the electric wire to make it more safe for use. And the last one is obviously user friendly by some examples I am giving here, that is Teflon, melamine, etc. Teflon, melamines are such kind of high quality plastics used in the containers in our kitchen. We already learned about the non-stick cookwares in our kitchen that are very user friendly. The handles of that cookwares are coated with some plastic or coated with some synthetic thing that so that we can hold the stick easily. Heat is transmitted through the conduction process, but as it is poor conductor of heat, the covering of the container with this Teflon or melamine kind of plastic, we can easily hold the containers in our bare hands while cooking. So it is very user friendly and very easy to use, and of course very affordable. That's why people just love the plastics in our daily purpose. So now, you can say that plastics are very useful, but plastics are obviously very useful, but plastics has so many harmful sides that actually damage the environment and atmosphere and the ecological balances. So let's study about the hazards and harmful effects of the plastics. So here I wrote two different terms in the board, that is biodegradable and non-biodegradable. So what is biodegradable and non? There are some organisms, basically microorganisms, especially bacteria, that rotten or that decompose some dead organic matters, or plants or animals in the environment. Just like when an animal or plant dies, some bacteria or some microorganisms decompose the bodies to the environment, and this procedure is called degradation of that dead organism or dead plant or dead animal. Okay, so we can say that all organic matters are biodegradable, but the synthetic or artificial matters cannot be biodegradable, because bacteria, microorganisms cannot decompose those kind of synthetic or artificial things in the environment, right? We studied all about the synthetic or artificial things in this chapter. So obviously plastics are non-biodegradable, and that's why these are so harmful for the environment, so harmful for the survival of the all living things in the environment. If we drop some plastic things or polythene or any kind of plastic things in the drain system or any kind of water body like ponds, like rivers, like oceans or sea, it can damage the local population of all the living organisms inside that, and it can kill the all organisms or the plants inside the water body, and it can damage the soil quality also. And as it is not biodegradable in the atmosphere, it remains so many millions of years in the environment intact. So as well as plastics are very harmful, useful, but plastics are also very harmful. So there are some process through which we can recycle or reuse a plastic thing in our environment. So recycling is a very important term regarding the plastics. Scientists are now doing research regarding how to recycle the plastic, how to reuse the plastic, so that the plastics or the plastic wastes cannot keep intact through millions of years in the environment, as it is very harmful and creating so many hazards as a waste material, and as it is non-biodegradable. So scientists are trying to do something for reusing or recycling the plastic. So children, it is very awareness procedure in our environment. That's how to decrease the use of plastic, and how to learn about the proper use of plastic, actual use of plastic. So avoiding the plastic containers is very necessary, and dropping the plastics in the roads, in the water bodies is it should be strictly prohibited, right? So children, this is all about your chapters. Now study from the book. Thank you.